Whoa, let me turn it off, man. I am monetized. I can't be playing music on my channel. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Listen, man, real quick. I'm headed home from the Chrysler Training Center. Traffic is slow, bad, and it sucks. Man, so I might as well fire up the camera, take on a few questions, some discussion points. One comment stood out on my page. Captain Obvious, I think that's his name, or that's his YouTube channel name. Captain Obvious. He said he got a 06 Magnum RT with an all-wheel drive engine, or all-wheel drive model. Magnum all-wheel drive RT. Now, I guess he want to know my opinion on his fact. Should he keep it? He said he got some quarter trim panels, or some quarter panels rusted out, and he think it may need a head gasket. Should he keep it? God, I'm going off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember how it was worded. 172,000 miles. 06 Dodge Magnum RT all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive? Let me tell you something, man. This is Captain Obvious. Listen, first of all, I have yet to see. Those must be in different markets, man, because I have yet to see the big body Chrysler cars with all-wheel drive. Okay, so with all-wheel drive, there's going to have to be some form of a transfer unit, a PTU of some sort, because you're going to have to bring power and torque up to the front wheels. So you're going to have more axles, drive shaft, 2 axles in the rear and 2 axles in the front to create all-wheel drive. Man, that's a lot more. It's a lot more stuff to break that may not even be benefiting you. I did a video one day, man, on cars that people buy off with features that include features that they never plan on using. Okay, never plan on using, but they'll get it with all this stuff. Now, you can't plan emergency. I understand that. There's no way you can plan around that, but if you live in a state or a place or a city such as Atlanta, and you know it never snows and never ice down there, it's almost like, why would you get a car with all-wheel drive? I don't know where you stay at. I'm just using this as an example. But a car with all-wheel drive just going to come with a lot of extra parts, moving parts that could break and shut you down over a feature that you don't even use anyway. So, what do I think? I'm not sure what opinion of mine you want on it. As far as should you keep it, or 172,000 miles. That's a lot of miles for 06 model. All-wheel drive. That seems to be turning me off. That turns me off for some reason. I'm telling you, man. I've had bad experience with additives on cars that's. Now, I don't know if it's a full-time all-wheel drive or part-time. Can you turn it on and off? Like I said, I've never dealt with one here. I've never seen one in the air. And I thought I done seen it all. I don't know if that type of car was built in a different market or what. But the Magnum in general is great cars. Now, you also left off what engine size in it. I didn't see that on the comment. You did tell me it was a RT, so maybe that could go either way, a HEMI or 3.5. 06 model could be. There was no 3.6 Pentastar in 06, so that could go either way between a 3.5, hell, even a 2.7 or a HEMI. All right, so let me 4 minutes. So when I come back, man, we're gonna talk about the engine that may be equipped in your car since you left it off. Captain Obvious, my man, what's going on? I'll be right back, man. Alright, thanks for staying with me. Captain Obvious, man, listen, if you got first of all, you say you suspect you may need to put a head gasket on it. Alright, that terminology, that type of talk right there is risky and dangerous, man. Especially if this is a HEMI engine, man. You know that those cylinder heads are aluminum, okay? Now, I don't know if you're saying you may need a head gasket because it overheated, or what is your reason for thinking, or somebody telling you that it need a head gasket, because it can vary. Reasons can vary as for why you need a head gasket. And quite frankly, these are steel plated head gaskets. So if you got a problem, if you got high combustion gases in your exhaust system, head gaskets alone may not be your problem. You may have to send the heads out, man. Because you know the Hemi had a history of people overheating their car. That aluminum head will retract, expand, retract, and all of a sudden one of the valve seats will fall. And when that happened, that's a wrap. A piston come up and bam! That is a wrap for that engine. I mean, it can be fixed, but nobody wants to spend that kind of money to repair an engine with that magnitude of damage. So I don't know why you're saying head gaskets. Like I say, those are multi-layer steel head gasket, and that's aluminum head. If that car overheated, that alone is a risk right there. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. You think you need a head gasket, you likely need head repair. Man, those seats can drop. I've seen catastrophic failure fooling around with those the valve seats. It just, the head expands and the valve seats will just fall, man. It's crazy. And people, every time I get one in the shop, I try to dig out of the customer what happened. Did you let it overheat? I can never get the honest truth out of consumer or customer when they explain it to me what happened. I mean, because there's only one or two other ways that can happen, and an overheated engine is one. And if you're not honest with me, I'm not talking about you, Cap. I'm talking about just a general consumer, a customer. If you're not honest with me enough to tell me that you overheated the car, it's okay. You can tell me. I mean, I might can save you money. If you lie to me, my diagnosis may go another way. I hate when people do that. So if I can't get out of you if you let the car overheat and your valve seat has dropped, I'm taking all guesswork out. I'm taking all diagnosis out. You simply getting an estimate for an engine at that point. Okay? Which is probably the point or the way I should go about it anyway. I just try to, make people understand what they did was wrong. I mean, if you driving this car and your hand is a quarter away from hot, I mean, you got to pull over. You got to shut that thing down. Anything with aluminum cylinder heads in it, you cannot let overheat for too long, okay? Or something is going to warp. Something is going to retract and expand, retract it. It's just going to, when it cool down, it's just too risky, man. Shut it down until you get, or shut it down until it cool off. Once you get to a safe spot, then proceed with your trip. But for those that's letting that car overheat, man, you're taking an extremely risk. So let me stick with Cap question, I guess, or comment. My opinion. I don't know, Cap. I'm gonna have to bail out on this one. I'm gonna have to what's the word they use? Excuse myself. What's the word they use in the court in the court of law when you too into a topic that you can't be trusted with your answer? Excuse myself. Am I saying that right, y'all? Probably not, but only because it has a all-wheel drive setup, and I'm familiar with all-wheel drive setup, but as far as that car go, I don't know the history of of failures versus failure rate versus non-failure rate, man. I tell you, man, all-wheel drive comes with a lot of extra additional parts that can easily break and shut the car down over a feature that you don't use anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna excuse myself from this question, but it was a good question, man. And on top of that, you thinking you need head gasket. Like I said, you left out the engine side. I'm gonna assume it's a Hemi because it's a RT. Alright? Hemis can't be overheated for too long. Hell, any of them can't. Or you're gonna have some problems. So Dodge Journey has all-wheel drive. I've replaced the PTU on this. Oh, you're talking about a pain in the butt. And the passenger or the customer she didn't even know she had all-wheel drive. But she was out of almost $3,000 for that whole job off a feature she didn't even know she had. But she bought the car brand new with all-wheel drive. And that, I can almost assume that was a selling point for her getting that version of the Journey. Because the salesman could have easily mentioned, man, if you don't ever plan on, like I say, you can't plan emergency. The weather's so unpredictable, it's just hard to predict. So, but you shouldn't get one based off the fact that you had one snowstorm in the last 5 years. It's just crazy to me. But she was out of all that money. She was debating whether should she keep the car at that point or spend that kind of money to get a PTU put in. Because we even had to drop parts of the transmission. This thing was so tight in there, and it was frozen up against. It had overheated and frozen up against the case. So we caught hell trying to get that out, man. But we managed to get it out. She was just out of a lot of money. So I'm gonna excuse. I keep using the wrong word, but I'm gonna. This is a bad question for me personally. It's a good question, nice, general question, man. Don't refrain from asking me stuff, just because I want to back out of this. It's just a challenge to me because I haven't done much work on one. All right, so I'm being honest with you. That's what I like to do. All right, man, I gotta roll. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, man. Give the video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all on the next video.